Welcome back, everybody, to Power Washing Simulator,
Episode 3.
Season 3, 2022 edition.
Oh, yeah. The only edition.
The only edition.
Well, didn't it come out in 2021?
I think it beta tested in 2021.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
So,
On the mission.
I was going to say,
on
mention what you were going.
So we're talking about welfare and how the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that's the church's full name, or you could say the LDS Church of Latter-day Saints, to specify just a group of people. I saw that on the mission quite a bit of individuals who would come to us for aid in any kind of way, and people who had been aided in the past. There was one gentleman who loved just the individuals of the church in general and thought that we were just sweet individuals. And he saw myself and my trainer. This was in like the first 3 months of my mission that I started. He saw us biking down the road and he stopped. You could see him drive by and slow down. And we were just waiting for some guy to come back and start like yelling at us about how wrong our church was and how we're going to hell.
I was thinking they were going to think you're like they hate cyclists.
So there'll be another story. Oh, nice. Of the hating part, not just the cyclist thing. But you can see him turn on his rear views and comes back, and we're just like, oh boy, here he comes. Like, we're gonna bash. And he comes up to us. He's just like, I have so many friends of your guys' church, and I love them so much. They're the sweetest individuals that I know, and they helped me through so much challenges that I've had. Here's $60.
Whoa.
Yeah. It only happened 3 times on my mission where somebody would just come to us and be like, I love you guys. I love what you guys do. Here's some money. Go get yourself some lunch.
Nice.
But the $60 was the largest that ever happened.
Yeah.
But the hating thing, you would be surprised of how many people from South America thought we were the FBI. Because we're wearing white shirts and ties, and we're basically in a suit, but just missing the jacket.
Yeah.
So like a lot of Hispanics, a lot of newer Hispanics that lived in America thought we were the FBI.
Yeah.
Until we would come up to be like, hola, and then talk to them, or at least they would. I know like 0 Spanish.
Yeah.
And my companion would talk to them about how we're just here to spread the message and joy of Jesus Christ.
Nice.
But there was one guy who we were biking home, and our area was it was a 50-50 area. On one side of the area, the wealthiest people live there. Like the coaches of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, lived in our area, and like multi-million billionaires lived in our area. And then a divide of, I think, the highway's name, Lyndon B. Johnson Highway, that would split the area. And then the opposite side, I like to call Little South America.
Really?
Because it was literally just full of Latino X, or just Latinos.
Why are you saying Latino X?
Because that's like the common thing to say today, isn't it?
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
And even then you said it wrong.
Oh,
it's Latinx. Oh, don't say that.
Sorry.
Don't say that.
Okay.
I'm Latino for everybody that doesn't.
He is. Sorry.
I'm not prevalent about it, but like, don't say that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I called it, was Little South America.
Nice.
Because you could meet somebody who was either from Mexico, very close to the border, or you would meet somebody that was from the southern part of Chile, or from like Brazil, Argentina, like Ecuador. You would meet everybody from Mexico all the way down to the South Pole.
You know, there's a lot of white people in Argentina.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about their skin color.
I'm just saying there's a lot of German heritage.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Yes, there are. In Chile and Brazil, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yep, there are tons. But
I wonder why.
There was one guy that stopped us. He was absolutely wasted. And he was speaking perfect English to both of us.
Yeah.
And he thought that we were the police because it was at late at night. We were both on our bicycles, and our bicycles had lights on them so that we could see in front of us. And so he thought that we were the police. He stops us and he starts talking gibberish to us about how he used to work for George H.W. Bush because he lived in Dallas for many years.
Nice.
And I think he was a senator of Texas before he became president.
Yeah.
Or governor, one of the two. And how he used to work for them after their presidency, and how Bush's wife would beat him and try to get him out of bed because of how lazy he was, and how every single time he did that, he would just remind her of how she killed a young person. It's true. You can read it on Wiki. She, before she was ever married, when she was like still in high school, she accidentally hit somebody and killed them. In a car. So like, it's true. She accidentally killed somebody, but got free of charges due to it just being an accident.
Yeah.
And would always bring that up to her and my companion, trying to diffuse the area and to get us home because it was late at night.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Can I give you a card?" And the guy, understanding what my companion was doing, he just said to him, "You're so rude. You're so rude. Where are you from? Are you from South Carolina? You hillbillies down over there." And I just started cursing out my companion for being a hillbilly from South Carolina, which I don't know what South Carolina had to do to piss off this guy.
Yeah.
But it was it was pretty funny.
I've
And
never been to South Carolina. Are there a lot of hillbillies there?
no, that's you don't think of South Carolina as being a hillbilly state. You think of like Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana, Tennessee. Yeah, you think of those as like the hillbilly state, not South Carolina.
Yeah.
And even then,
I mean,
Georgia, Southern Georgia, I feel like
Yeah.
I've been to Georgia. My sister used to live there.
yeah.
My brother-in-law, my brother-in-law was stationed out there in Savannah. And so I got to go out there for about a week, 5 days. It was pretty fun.
I don't remember how to fill this thing up.
What do you-
I could put the soap in here, but here we go.
Oh, you have to manually do it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There we go. That makes things easier.
Oh, hey, I didn't know you had to get the paint, the graffiti off.
You didn't? Why? You didn't?
I never played this game.
Bro, come on. Bro, I need a refill. Yeah.
But yeah, that was, any more questions about the mission?
That is-
It's there a 4th episode of Missionary Conversation?
Anybody ever call you a Fed?
No, but I have been called ruder names for sure. All the time. I had one woman who actually tried to flash me. We were going to we were going to like the opposite side of our area, which was
Yeah.
about a 10-mile bike ride. And we were just riding, having a good time.
Yeah.
And this woman sees us, like kind of does double look and like whips her head the second time.
Yeah.
And I thought she obviously knew who we were. And so I waved at her, and I thought she was going to do the same thing with both of her hands, like kind of like a little hand wave.
Yeah.
Nope, grabs her shirt and just pulls that thing out. But before I could see anything, I was able to
Yeah.
turn away because it was like slow motion and my brain just knew exactly like,
What was?
wait, no.
Yeah, what she was gonna do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So there were people that hated us for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just every organization.
Hey, that's just how it is, man.
Yeah, that is how it is.
Yeah.
And I learned that while I was on the mission, and that's how it is. Like when there were tons of times where we would have meetings with
Concrete?
slope out of concrete. I don't know. We had meetings with other missionaries
Yeah.
to talk about those who were teaching, just to get some insights of how we could help them the most effective way that we could.
Yeah.
And there were tons of times that the missionaries would be like, yeah, the person that we were teaching, this really solid individual that we've been teaching for the last 3 months, like either once or twice a week, called their pastor to ask some questions about our church, and will never contact us
What?
because the pastor would convince them that our church was an unholy church and that it was of Satan, and like all of our worshiping was wrong and straight from hell, and so would convince people that we weren't the true good church, even though I literally just mentioned like an episode or two ago of the fact that the church is only wanting to just help individuals, whether that's through welfare of individuals to get food, get shelter, or even handicapped individuals that need wheelchairs.
Nice.
Like that's stuff that the church helps with, or just other world activist stuff as well. Like the church will go out to different nations, to world leaders, and we'll talk about how religious freedom can be more active in their country. Because fun fact, religious freedom is like a number one thing for humankind, not just for the United States as like a good lead as to religious freedom. Lots of countries struggle to obtain religious freedom. And even leaders of countries are like, how do we have religious freedom without like telling people what they could or could not worship? And so they'll turn to the church because the church has been dealing with that same exact thing for over 150 years, almost 200 years, actually. So a lot of places will turn to aid for the church for conversation or for medical necessities or other things like that.
Dope. All right, nice.
Yeah,
because there's not too many countries out there that even allow religious freedom.
no.
And even then, I'm pretty sure there are some countries as well where the religion is just so ingrained in the people.
Yeah.
The country itself can't even bring about the change of having religious freedom.
That's what I was talking about with like world leaders trying to figure out how they can have religious freedom in their country. For sure. Like, I remember when the Rome, Italy temple of the church was being constructed, that there was one of the leaders of the church who is a native of Italy was talking about how he used to have to attend church in a garage.
Whoa.
Because of the lack of like, I think Italy is religiously free. A lot of European countries are, and I think Italy is a religious free country. But the people are not religiously free. They are like, I mean, the head of the Catholic Church is in Italy. And so
they're pretty Catholic.
Yeah. So like if you were of any other or organization in that country, you were considered like
looked down upon at the very least.
And so they would have to go to church in their garage so that they weren't persecuted or
just mobbed against.
Pretty much, yeah. Until now him being like a world leader, or at least a leader in Italy of the church, representing the church, he can say happily that like there's enough churches around the world that that it's becoming more available to have religious freedom.
All right, well, that's dope. You know what else is dope? Catching the next episode. All right, so we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a great day. What else you got to say?
Goodbye.
I cut it off before you said goodbye.
It's just gonna be a black screen. I just goodbye, fam.